So tell us what you're here tonight to talk about.
Well, what I wanted to do is I'm a speech pathologist in private practice. Knowing that many of these parents have children, some are infants, some are toddlers, some are school age and on up, I wanted to talk about speech therapy kind of across the ages, something that, hopefully each group could benefit from.
So what are the pieces of advice that you're going to give these parents with children with Down syndrome? What's the biggest takeaway?
The biggest takeaway is to start early.
How early?
Well, that was going to be one of my first things that I'm going to talk about, is starting as early as possible, as an infant. I know, and basically that's because we want to build muscle tone that will help these children carry forth really good speech and also feeding skills as they get older.
So what specifically would the speech skills look like, and at what age? What's the first thing that you would have to do with a newborn?
Well, a newborn, we would assess their feeding, and then we would also give the parents oral motor exercises to help build their muscle tone.
So what does that sound like?
Well, it looks like putting hands actually on a child's face, moving muscles. It actually looks like using tools within their mouth to get them prepared for different textures, to move the muscles for them so that you can actually build muscle tone as you grow.
So they can speak and eat?
Absolutely. Both the muscle tone, all of that sort of correlates into both speech and feeding.
How about if a 6-year-old is just learning about this? Is it too late? What do you do?
No, it's not too late. In fact, one of the other takeaways, one of the other things that I wanted to say is that we used to think that once children got into school that they plateaued. That is really, really not the case. The research now shows that Down syndrome children can make progress in their speech and language up into their 20s, which is very much different than what we used to think. So it's not too late to start, it's never too late to start, and hopefully continuing that is really important as well.
So what's the biggest impediment with Down syndrome children learning to speak? Why is it so difficult?
One of the things that makes it difficult is the tongue coming forward, and hopefully I'm going to address that a little bit from a muscle tone standpoint and also an early feeding standpoint. Feeding children in a correct posture, decreasing fluid in the ears, decreasing ear infections, all that interestingly has a very big impact on the tongue coming forward.
So if people have more questions about this, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, I did bring some cards. I am at Pediatric Rehabilitation and Wellness off of Mall Court in
What's
Savannah.
Your website and what's your phone number?
It's Pediatric Rehabilitation and Wellness, and the phone number is 351-4793.
Thank you very much.
It's nice to meet you.